so here's my build. Nothing too surprising here. It's just Frodo and Sam. Sam is going to be a Grey Wanderer, so I get to find a 1-cost attachment and put it on him. And then I flip the contract. The first non-unique card I play each planning phase does not require a resource match. And then I can exhaust the Grey Wanderer, raise my threat by 1. I get to choose 2. I could either add 2 resources, I could heal 3 damage, or I could ready my hero. So that's very fun. I ended up adding Galadriel to this deck. So Sam does mention Galadriel when he's talking about the Lorien rope, and she's extremely helpful. And then the rest is just a bunch of stuff to help the 2 hobbits here. So Fireside Song goes on Sam, along with all these songs, and that will boost his willpower. So will Strider. He is a ranger. I have the boon Tireless Ranger on him, so he's ranger traded. So he has learned a thing or 2 from Strider, and he also won't exhaust a quest. It was hard to stay on theme when building for this in a way because in the novel and movie, I don't remember Frodo and Sam having to bust Ghost, so there's a lot more combat than the theme wanted me to have. Fast Hitch is finally thematic. It's the chapter where Sam talks about tying the fast hitch. First one goes on Frodo, friend of friends, of course, helping them. Hobbit Cloak helping Sam. With my threat starting at 8, I get to trigger anything like Dagger Westernaise that increases based on enemies' engagement costs. Then a whole bunch of card draw so I can find the things I need. Frodo's Intuition doesn't draw me as many cards, but it does boost the willpower. And then right off the bat, you got to fight Gollum and try to tame him. So Taste It Again will help with that. It becomes even more thematic once we get to Shelob, but it's good here. It's Sting. And then The Hidden Way is also extremely thematic. The art has, Goneberry Gone leading Rohan through the Druidan Forest, but it could also easily be Smeagel leading the hobbits through the hidden way of the marshes. And it's very helpful in this quest. Unseen Strike. I can only play this if I get Song of Battle on Sam. And so that's one of the cards I'm really looking for is Song of Battle. It might even be worth putting in 3 copies, but I have 3 copies of the Song of Wisdom, so I can play more of these card draw cards, which should hopefully find me the Song of Battle. It's a balancing act. We are not idle, of course, in here just for card draw. And then a couple of the campaign boons. Okay. I think everybody who knows the card pool fairly well will not be surprised at all by the cards that they see here. All right, let's go back to the table. All right, let's go. Let's continue the campaign with the Passage of the Marshes. So we're playing campaign mode. We're going to shuffle 1 copy of the Searching Eye into our deck, and we're going to remove the burdens with those icons. Alrighty, the Searching Eye. This isn't nice. It functions like a player card. It's going to be shuffled into our deck, and when we draw it, we must either reveal an encounter card or exhaust all of our heroes. Nasty, nasty. So we have Sam. He is a Grey Wanderer, so that means he gets to find an attachment and add it to himself for free at the start of the game. And then he's also a Ranger from a boon we got a long time ago. So he has +1 defense and the Ranger trait. We still have these 3 boons, so if you want to pause the video and read these have been the same boons we've had for quite a while. So those are all going to be on Sam because it just makes sense for him to carry everything since all Frodo has to carry is the ring. Come on, Frodo, it's just the fate of Middle-earth. It's not like it's that heavy. Okay, the Frodo we're using is the 2 Towers Frodo. He's a 2/1, 2/2, and then I can spend one of his resources, exhaust the ring, and Frodo gets +2 willpower and +2 attack until the end of the round. So that's pretty awesome. And then we have the ring. So if Frodo leaves play, that means the ring leaves play, and that means we lose. We have burdens up in the staging area. We have burdens shuffled into the deck. So lots of burdens. We are definitely burden heavy going into this quest. All right, let's take a look at 1A. The Taming of Smeagel. Put Gollum into play. Engage with the first player. Each player searches the encounter deck for 1 location, reveals it, and adds it to the staging area. Give the deck a shuffle. Okay, the location I chose is the Soft Mires. It's a 2/4 as Mire 1, and then when Soft Mires is discarded by the Mire keyword, the first player reveals the top card of the encounter deck, and to travel there, we got to raise our threat by 1. I'll explain Mire in a moment. All right, Gollum, he's engaged with us. Yes, Stinker and Slinker. 30 engagement, 2/2/2/5, Gollum traded. He's immune to non-fellowship player card effects. Gollum engages the first player, After Gollum engages the first player during the refresh phase, he makes an immediate attack that does not matter in a solo game, and then forced, when Gollum is defeated, we're going to flip him over to Smeagel and exhaust Smeagel. Okay, now, before we go any further, let's take a look at the rulebook, because this is one of those quests where it's very important to do things right. The rulebook says, step 5, you draw your setup hand, and then step 6, you set the quest cards, and then step 7, follow the scenario setup instruction. Why is that important? Well, because of the searching eye. I do not want the searching eye in my deck while I'm drawing my opening hand. That doesn't get added until after I draw my opening hand. And also Grey Wanderer. So let's see what attachments I get in my opening hand, because it might determine what Grey Wanderer attachment I'm going to go find. I haven't decided if Dagger of Westernaise or Strider is more important to get on Sam right away. All right, we got Song of Wisdom, Song of Travel, and we have some card draw, more card draw. There's the dagger. Okay, that's good. And another Song of Wisdom. So I decided to shuffle this away and hopefully get something better. I really need a good starting hand for this quest. You really want to flip Gollum over as fast as possible. That's going to help. Unseen Strike, +3 attack, some card draw, Mithril Shirt for Frodo, Cloak for Sam, a Song of Battle, that's excellent, and the dagger. Okay, well, Unseen Strike was no good unless I had Song of Battle, which I drew. So I should be able to flip Gollum pretty quick here. And since I have a dagger, I do not need to go find one. So I will use the Grey Wanderer's ability and go find Strider. So Strider's going to give Sam +2 willpower, and he's not going to exhaust the quest. I like to think that he learned a thing or two from Strider. I mean, he is a ranger. And then we're going to shuffle in the Searching Eye into my deck. And then on turn 1, I don't get to draw a card because of Gandalf's delay. So before the game even really starts, Sam is already questing for 5 and defending for 2, thanks to the boons and the effect from the Grey Wanderer contract. All right, let's look at 1B, and this is why this quest is a real stinker. 6 progress needed. The players cannot advance unless the first player controls Smeagel. Forced. After the players declare any number of attackers against Gollum, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Gollum gets +X defense for this attack, where X is the discarded card's threat. That stinks. That makes it very hard to kill Gollum. It's so annoying. All right, so we're going to add Gandalf's Delay on top of my deck so I don't draw a card. And now we're going to play 3 games in a row, and I lose all 3, so they're going to be in fast-forward mode. And watching games this fast at full screen is not a pleasant viewing experience, so enjoy this compilation of Frodo falling down while the 3 games are being played up above. In this first game, I flip Gollum very early, so that was great, but then I reveal every stinking burden. I literally get overburdened, and I can't exhaust the ring because of lust for the ring, and I think if I had just gotten a little lucky and revealed a location instead of one of these burdens, I could have handled it. But yeah, I just got overwhelmed by burdens. The second game also had a chance to win. I really got Sam powered up with willpower thanks to Fireside Song and other songs, so he was able to quest for a lot, but I just revealed enemy after enemy after enemy, and I could not flip Gollum. Every single time I attacked, the card I was flipping off the top of the deck was like 3 or 4 threat, so no damage was getting through, and the enemies just piled up to the point where I could not quest successfully, and I just got overwhelmed. The third game was looking pretty good. The problem was I drew nothing to help me attack after I got a hold of Smeagel. I only had 1 dagger Westernaise, I had no friend of friends, I didn't get a second dagger, and I couldn't kill an enemy I got engaged with. And then another enemy was in the staging area, and I needed to get it out of there so I could quest successfully, and I just ended up getting overwhelmed by enemies. Honestly, if I had just had a little more attack power, I think I could have won this one. I just kept drawing nothing but my songs, so my willpower was fine, but my attack power meant I couldn't kill anything, and I just got to a point where this one enemy was going to kill me because my threat was higher than his, and therefore my Hobbit Cloak was doing nothing. So it was so close. It was so frustratingly close. So that's when I decided to make a change. So I thought about how I was losing, and I decided to add 2 copies of Galadriel Ally. She's going to help me quest. Sam always had a ton of resources to pay for things, and she also lets you put in an attachment for free from your top 5 cards and then put the other cards back in any order you want. So that I thought would really help me because I was always digging for certain cards, and Galadriel helps you organize your deck, and plus her 3 willpower is amazing. So I added 2 copies of Galadriel, and this is the 4th and winning game. So I was a little frustrated because when I was playing this deck on Dragon cards, it won like 1 out of every 2 times, basically. So to lose 3 times in a row, I was frustrated. So here we go. With Galadriel in the deck, I didn't even remove a card. I just slotted her in and said, all right, Galadriel was mentioned by Sam as giving him the rope, and so it's thematic because she's mentioned in the chapter. That's what I'm going with. Galadriel's always kind of thematic in this campaign. She might show up again just because she does lend her gifts to Frodo and Sam, and they come in handy. All right, let's look at this opening hand. All right, Dagger Western Ace, glad to see it. Hobbit Cloak, good. Oh, 2 daggers. The Hidden Way is good. Fast Hitch, card draw. Yeah, that's a great opening hand, so I'll be able to play the daggers on turn 1 and 2. That should help me flip to Smeagel. So we are going to find Strider. I was thinking maybe a dagger if I didn't have Strider. And then the Evil Eye gets shuffled into the deck. All right. The Searching Eye. That's what it's called. The Searching Eye. I have drawn that thing, I think, in each of the games. It really stinks unless you have Fast Hitch. If you have Fast Hitch, then exhausting your heroes, you can just pop them right back up again. And the Grey Wanderer also is nice because the Grey Wanderer on side 2 gives you choices. You can raise your threat by 1, exhaust the Grey Wanderer, and that lets me choose 2. I can ready Sam, give him 2 resources, or heal 2 damage. All right, Strider going on Sam. He is now going to be questing for 5, but 6 on turn 1 because we engaged Gollum during setup, and that triggers Sam for the rest of the round. So Sam is boosted for the rest of the round. We are going to put in the Dagger Westernaise. The first card that we play every round does not require a resource match. So that means I can play this dagger, and I should have spent Frodo's resource to do it. I forget. Like I said, I was getting frustrated. I was getting tired. So I forget to spend Frodo's resource. I don't think it matters because later on I spend one of his resources and I didn't have to because I miscount my willpower. So there was never really a time in this quest when I didn't have a resource to spend. Okay, we have sent 6 on the quest because Sam did not exhaust a quest thanks to Strider. We revealed a 3-threat enemy. We make 1 progress. We're going to travel to the Soft Myers. And now we're getting attacked. So Gollum is attacking for 2. Sam has a defense boost from the Ranger, a defense boost from engaging Gollum this round, and +2 from the Hobbit Cloak. And this says, until the end of the round, attacking enemy can't take damage. Well, that really stinks because I was going to use the Grey Wanderer to ready him, and then Sam was going to attack for 4, and Frodo could have attacked for 1 more, and maybe we could have done some damage to this guy. But he can't take damage to the end of the round. He's a stinker. All right, let's go into the next round. My threat went up when I traveled, and it went up here at the end of the round. And then Friend of Friends. Okay, so if you saw, I triggered the Grey Wanderer and gave Sam extra resources. Now I'm going to play a Dagger Westernaise. My first card in the planning phase does not require a resource match. I paid for it this time. So now Sam has 2 of those nice shiny daggers. And that's all I can play because I can't play Deep Knowledge because it's lore. So you have to make a decision. What card are you going to play first? So that's why songs are really good. And sometimes when people play Grey Wanderer decks, the cards they look for are songs because they want to be able to play lore cards in any phase or multiple lore cards during the planning phase. Okay, so Sam now has 2 daggers. They each have +1 attack, +2 if attacking an enemy with a higher engagement. And this is great. Bitter Reek. Isn't that great? Bitter Reek. Yay. It stinks. But it's just raise your threat by 1 for each character committed to the quest, or deal a damage to each character committed to the quest. It's the tamest encounter card in this thing. That's what I needed. I just needed a little bit of a break. So we are able to clear the active location. We don't have anywhere to travel to. We don't need to engage the ghost up in staging. We're going to defend, and this is the worst card in the game right here. That shadow says, return the topmost undead enemy from the discard pile to the staging area. and the effect of the treachery is even worse. So we just added another card to the staging area, which really, really stinks. All right, let's trigger the Grey Wanderer, raise my threat by 1. I'm going to ready Sam. I'm going to collect 2 resources. Sam is attacking for 5. Gollum is defending for 2, and then he gets a boost, and it's +3. So, yep, no damage. This is why I get frustrated playing this quest. It's just so annoying to kill Gollum. Like, you just keep trying, and unless you put something in the deck to manipulate the top card of the encounter deck, he keeps getting boosts. But, I mean, almost all of these cards have threat. So, it's just hard to have a card on top of the deck that doesn't add any threat. Okay, my hand, I can play Deep Knowledge as my first card in the planning phase. So I'm going to raise my threat by 2. I draw. Oh, nice! Oh, that's huge. Frodo's Intuition and a second Friend of Friends. Okay, here are the friends. They each are going to get one of these. Now all of their stats are boosted by 1. That was really, really good because I'm hoping to get a fast hitch on Frodo, which I have in hand, and then he can start helping in the combat phase because with his ability and Friend of Friends, he's attacking for 4. So that's amazing. I mean, that's really, really helpful. Okay, Sam is now questing for 6, attacking for 6, and defending for 5 against an enemy with a higher engagement. That's great. That is great. We have a Super Sam here. Samwise the Brave. All right, let's go questing. So he quests without exhausting. Again, this is thanks to Strider. So I sometimes throw a token on him and then remember later that I wasn't supposed to. Frodo's also going to join in for 3, and then we reveal an evil-smelling fen. These locations have the mire keyword, and what that means is while they're in the staging area, at the end of the round, you place a token on them, a resource token. And if they ever have resource tokens equal to their mire value, you trigger the mire effect. So as long as you can keep traveling to these locations, you don't need to worry about that. All right, yep. Sam should not be exhausted. Gollum's attacking again. Sam is going to defend. Well, that's a great card to not reveal. And it's also a great one to not have when we're trying to attack Gollum. So, Grey Wanderer, raise my threat by 1, collect 2 resources, ready Sam. Sam's going to attack. He's attacking for 6. I mean, I know I can't kill him, but I want to do some damage. I'm not killing him. All right, +3. Good golly. 1 damage on Gollum. You don't kill him, you flip him, but at this point, I'm ready to kill him. I mean, I'm just ready to strangle his scrawny little neck at this point. I've had to deal with him now for about 2 hours. I've been playing this. Okay. The next card, another Friend of Friends. Definitely not needed. Let's see. Yep, fast hitch. So exhaust it to ready a Hobbit. And we're going to put that on Frodo. Because with the Grey Wanderer, Sam can ready. And he doesn't exhaust to quest. So Frodo actually benefits more from this first fast hitch. And Frodo's also going to do some intuition, and we're going to draw 2 cards, and we get the Fireside Song and Taste It Again. Super thematic card, very fun to have with Frodo and Sam. That means Sam's going to get an attack boost. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good this round. I'm feeling like something's going to happen. We got 6 threat in staging. My hobbits each have +1 willpower thanks to Frodo's intuition, and we reveal Ill Fate. Honestly, that's fine. Because if I lose a character, I'm just going to reset, obviously, with only 1 hero and Frodo. And then it surged into this groping hand thing. Okay, so we are currently making 3 progress. That's going to place 3 out of 4 progress on the active location. So I could put on the ring and boost Frodo by 2 willpower, which would clear the active. I don't think it's that important to clear the active right now, and I'm trying to save his resources as much as possible. So even though he would also have the attack boost during the combat phase, I don't have to use it. I have enough attack power thanks to Taste It Again to hopefully kill Gollum. So let's see if I'm going to need to use the attack boost. Sam defends. Here we go. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Okay, Sam takes a damage. Gollum bites him on the neck. Okay, I'm going to play Taste It Again. So after I defend, spend a resource, I'm going to ready Sam. He gets +2 attack against the enemy that you just defended. So now Sam is attacking for 8, Frodo for 2. That's 10. Jeez. I mean, he really tried. So that's 6 defense, but 4 attack goes through. I mean, Gollum did everything he could not to get captured here. I mean, it's very thematic. I mean, I just wish I had Sting. Then it would have been, just uber thematic. But we got him. So he's a 2/2/2/5 Gollum, immune to player card effects. The first player gains control of Smeagel. Forced, after we quest unsuccessfully, we're going to flip Smeagel to Gollum. If Smeagel is destroyed, the players lose the game. Okay, so he can help us do stuff, and there are locations that require us to exhaust Smeagel to travel there. So that's why you can get location locked pretty easy if you don't actually flip. Okay, we drew another hidden way. That's going to come in handy later, I hope. But right now, we're going to spend 2 resources and put in the Fireside Song. So now Sam gets +1 willpower for every song on him. Fireside Song is a song itself. And then, I'm honestly thinking draw 1 more card and then play Old Bogey Stories and shuffle these cards in and draw 6 new cards. Okay, so I always try to leave Smeagel ready if I can. So if I do get a location that I need to exhaust him to travel to, but I also can't quest unsuccessfully or he flips back. So I think I need to send him on the quest, and I undercount my willpower by 1 here. So this is where I spend a resource and I don't need to. And we reveal a 4-threat location that I need to exhaust Smeagel to travel to. So I actually quested even, which is not questing unsuccessfully. So I think I need to spend Frodo's resource so I can quest for 2 more. And that clears the active location, which all locations have victory points, so it goes into victory display. But I actually quested even, so it would have been okay not to spend Frodo's resource there. I can't travel here anyway, so the only difference would have been we would have had an active location right now instead of not. And it's not going to matter later. I'm going to quest for more than I need later. So sorry about that mistake, but it balances out the mistake I made at the beginning of the game. Let's engage the Candlebearer. All of these ghosts say that while they're engaged with you can't reduce your threat. Sam is defending for a lot. There is no shadow. And then once again, we can trigger the Grey Wanderer. Raise my threat. Ready. I'm going to ready Sam, and I'm actually going to heal him. And then he's going to swing for 2 + 2 + 2 + 1 for engaging. So he's swinging for 7. Frodo's going to add his 2. That's 9. We take care of the Candle Bearer, I think. And then at the end of the round, a Mire token goes on this location in staging. If it gets 1 more, we need to search for an undead enemy and add it to the staging area. And the location gets discarded. So, I mean, you do get these locations out of staging when the Mire effect goes off. But, something bad happens as well. All right, I drew another fast hitch, which I don't really need. So, Old Bogey Story says I have 6 cards. I can shuffle them into my deck and then draw 6 cards. So let's do that. I'm looking for songs. Now I really need to power up Sam's willpower because I don't want to have to quest with Smeagel, and I want Smeagel to be able to exhaust to travel to locations. Lead us, Smeagel. Show us the way. All right, 6 new cards. It's always fun to play Old Bogey Stories. All right, cool. There's a Song of Battle. There's Unseen Strike, which is great. Threat Reduction, card draw, a Hobbit Cloak, and another Dagger. Okay, not the best, although Unseen Strike is nice, but I could only play it if I had Song of Battle, so I'm glad I got that combo. Dropping my Thread is good because one of these enemies, that hand up there, that's 24 engagement, so it's nice to stay below that. All right, let's play We Are Not Idle, exhaust 0 dwarves, and draw 1 card. We draw Galadriel. I gotta tell you, I am so happy to see her. Like, as soon as I draw her, I thought to myself, yeah, that was a good decision. That was a really good decision to put her in this deck. All right, so I'm going to spend 3 leadership resources. She comes into play. She leaves at the end of the round, but she looks at my top 5 cards, and I get to choose 1 attachment and put it into play. Ugh, there's a searching eye. Okay, I got 2 attachments, a cloak and a Fireside Song. Okay, I mean, that's fine. She's in here because I thought earlier in the game if I needed to find Fireside Song, this would be a great way to find it. So I'm going to grab Fireside Song. I'm going to put it on Frodo. So now Frodo's got +1 willpower. It's not unique. Everybody can sing songs around the fire, right? So Frodo's now questing for 4. That's awesome. Friend of Friends and Fireside Song. Okay. And then I can put these in any order. So I'm going to put Heed the Dream on top of my deck. And then I'm just looking at my hand to see if there was anything worthwhile. Yeah, Heed the Dream on top of the deck. So that's the card I will draw next round. And then I can definitely find some stuff that I'm looking for. All right, let's attach 1 more song to Sam, the Song of Battle, so he can fight some ghosts. and his willpower will go up by 1 thanks to that, and now he can pay for tactics cards. And let's drop my threat by 4 with the Shire Folk. Okay, staying below 24. That's my goal. The Grey Wanderer should not be exhausted. I just forgot to remove that token. I keep the Grey Wanderer there so I remind myself to raise my threat when I trigger it. It's very easy to forget to raise your threat when you exhaust the Grey Wanderer and use its ability. Alrighty, so committing characters to the quest. Sam is questing for 8, Galadriel for 3, Frodo for 4. So that's 15, and I'm currently up against 9. Keeping Smeagel ready so I can travel, and the card we reveal is, oh boy, Call of the Ring. Man, sometimes the art in this game is just perfect. That's exactly how I picture this. All right, when revealed, the first player must choose. I either got to find a Nazgul and add it to the staging area, or I put on the ring and I reveal a card. The card I'm going to reveal is Dead Things. That's because both of the Nazgul are already in the discard pile, so there's no harm in having the ring on right now, which makes them worse. Okay, so we added enough threat that we're going to make 3 progress, so we are at 4 out of 6. I'm going to exhaust Smeagel and travel, so that effect will not trigger, and we can engage one of these enemies. So I will engage the one we just revealed because it's 3 threat, and of course that will boost Sam, and he can defend for a lot. And let's see, I'm going to ready Frodo. The shadow card is if it destroys a character. Okay, it does not. So Sam can ready with the Grey Wanderer. Threat goes up. Let's ready Sam and collect 2 resources. Sam's attacking for a bunch, and Frodo can also add in his attack. So this enemy is super dead. So having the 2 daggers is very, very, very helpful. And then also having not unexpected courage, fast hitch on Frodo is great because Frodo can kick in and his ability also helps. Although I couldn't trigger his ability this round because I had to exhaust the ring because of that treachery. All right, Galadriel leaves at the end of the round. Bye, Galadriel. It was fun. And we draw Heed the Dream, which we knew. So I'm going to spend my first resource in the planning phase as a lore resource. And we get to look at our top 5 cards and add 1 to our hand. And then I can pay for the kicker and search my entire deck. Oh man, my second copy of Galadriel or the Song of Hope. Song of Hope is really good, but let's grab Galadriel. She was super useful last time, so why not? You can never have enough Galadriel. Okay, now I get to spend 3 leadership resources and search my entire deck for a card. And the card I think I want is the Song of Wisdom. So now I can just play these lore card draw effects or fast hitches as my second or third card or during a different phase. And plus another song is basically +1 willpower. I mean, 1 resource for +1 willpower, you can't beat it. Okay, so those were 2 good cards to find. Let's make sure we spend all 3 resources for that kicker we paid for on Heed the Dream. And now I can't afford Galadriel, but I can afford the Song of Wisdom using one of Frodo's resources. So I'm going to boost Sam's willpower by 1 more. He's questing for an easy 9 right now. Frodo for 4. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So just the 2 hobbits right now are questing for 13. So I can keep leaving Smeagel up. That's the big goal. So 4 + 9, 13. We're currently up against 5. Our active location is the Haunted Mere, which has 5 progress. We need to make 2 on the quest. All right, let's go. Up against 5, and we reveal, okay, another Haunted Mere, which is 4 threat. So we are going to place the 5, and we're going to place 1 of the 2 on the quest. So I'm going to spend Frodo's resource here and increase my willpower by 2, which is 1 more than I needed, and that's why it all worked out okay when I spent that resource incorrectly, because we overquested by 1. So it was all fine, and we're finally going to advance to stage 2, across the marshes. What have we been doing? All right, anyway, when revealed, if the number of locations in the staging area is less than the number of players in the game, it is not. Discard cards until we get a location. Add it to the staging area. So that's why it's okay to have one sitting there when you get ready to advance to stage 2. 2B, 12 progress needed. We can't place progress on locations in the staging area. We can't advance unless there's 4 locations in the victory display. We currently have 3, and we control Smeagel. And then at the end of the staging step, if there's ever not a location in the staging area, we need to reveal a card. This can really be bad. I think that's why I lost a couple of the games I fast forwarded through, because I actually would have like 3 or 4 enemies in the staging area, and I'd still have to reveal another card because I did not have a location. It was so much threat. So I cannot travel, which is okay, because then I only have to reveal 1 card. We're going to engage this Candlebearer. We're going to have no shadow, and then we're going to easily kill it between Sam and Frodo. So this is how the deck is supposed to work. Sam and Frodo should be able to kill an enemy. We just engage 1 enemy around and kill it. And then with Smeagel exhausting, we should be able to travel to any location. And then Sam's willpower should be high enough that we don't need Smeagel to help. It just takes a minute to get there, and you can easily lose if you can't flip Gollum to Smeagel soon enough. All right, moving on to the next round. Okay, so we need to make 12 progress, and we need to get 1 more location in the victory display. I don't think we can make 12 progress this round anyway, so that's all right. We get a Song of Travel. That's nice, but we are going to call on the Lady Galadriel to help us out again. So Galadriel's going to come in, and then I get to look at my top 5 cards and put an attachment into play. So let's see what we find. Top 5. We have 1 attachment we can put in, which is a Fast Hitch. Okay, let's put that on Sam. I don't know how useful it's going to be, but maybe we'll get engaged with 2 enemies at some point. We can rearrange these. So I think we go Daron's Runes, and then the next 2 cards we can get rid of Friend of Friends and keep the Hidden Way, and then the next card is Heed the Dream. So that's nice. Okay, I will spend 1 of Frodo's resources to put the Song of Travel on Sam. So Sam now has all 4 sphere icons. That's easy to say. He also has an additional willpower, so he is questing for 10. And yeah, if I don't send Smeagel, I am sending 4 plus 3 plus 10. So I'm going to send 17, and we are currently up against 6 with no active location. But no matter what, we won't be able to advance because we have to get 1 more location into the victory display. We get another Dead Things, so that is 3 threat. So, okay, we're good there. And we're going to make 2, 4, 6, 8 progress. Okay, 8 progress made. Let's spend Frodo's resource, put on the ring, and we will make it 10. So we have made 10 of the 12. That's good. And then we can exhaust Smeagel. We will travel. And then we'll engage one of these enemies. I think I'm going to engage the groping arm thing because my threat is just below it. It's a 24 and my threat is 23. So that means Sam will defend with the Hobbit Cloak, and then the shadow is deal a damage to the defending character. All right, Sam takes a damage, no problem. And then I can use the Grey Wanderer to ready Sam, and then I could either heal or I could get 2 resources. I think I'll just get 2 resources and plan on healing him in the planning phase. Okay, we can kill this guy. He only takes like 4 attack to kill, so that was easy. Galadriel leaves. Bye, Galadriel. And we go into the next round. My threat is 24. I have quite a lot of resources, and things are looking good. I know what I'm drawing. It's Daron's Runes. So we'll play that. Draw 2 cards. We discard 1 card. The card I want to discard is Friend of Friends. And now we have the Hidden Way, which is going to be very useful. And that's another reason why the Song of Wisdom is helpful. So let's just go right into the quest phase. We're going to play the Hidden Way, which means I look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. If one of them is a location, I can swap it with the active location, and then I don't reveal an encounter card. Because this uses then in that second sentence, you have to find a location in order not to reveal an encounter card. But, okay, I got 2 locations, and they're both the worst ones. So it's this stagnant pool, and it gets threat as long as it stays in the staging area collecting mire tokens, and it can have up to 5. So, I mean, if you can't travel there, which you have to exhaust Smeagel to travel there, if you get stuck with one of these stagnant pools in the staging area, it just keeps collecting threat, and yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. That card has caused me to lose the game lots of times. So I'm glad just to make that the active location. We're not revealing any cards, so I know I'm going to be up against 7, and unfortunately the active location also has 7. So Frodo for 4, Sam for 10, 14 against 7. That'll be just enough to clear the active, so let's spend Frodo's resource, and that extra 2 willpower from putting on the ring gets us to 12. And then we have 4 locations in the victory display, and we also control Smeagel. So we do advance to the final stage. Don't look at the lights. All right, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an undead enemy and puts it in play engaged with him. And then we shuffle all the locations from the victory display back into the encounter deck. Our encounter deck is really small at this point, so it's going to be mostly locations. I'm going to grab this candle bearer, and I'm going to leave the discard pile the way it is, because there is effects that make you put the topmost undead enemy from the discard pile into the staging area, and that's the wimpiest one currently on top of the discard pile. So let's grab a candle bearer. That's going to ready Sam. He's already ready, but that's going to boost Sam. And then we're going to shuffle in all of these locations. So we just added 4 locations to the encounter deck. And now let's see what side 3B says. 24 progress needed. Hey, it doubled every time. And then, while any player is engaged with an undead enemy, progress cannot be placed on the stage. The players cannot defeat the stage unless the first player controls Smeagel. If we defeat the stage, we win. So, yeah, pretty thematic. It feels like I've been wandering around in a godforsaken swamp for the last 3 hours. So, yeah, that works. All right, let's exhaust Smeagel to travel to this haunted mire. And then, haunted mirror, I think it is. And then we can actually engage the only remaining card in the staging area, which is undead things or dead things. And then I think we can kill both. I just have to hope neither of these get a shadow that says they can't take damage. So Sam will defend for a lot because he got boosted twice. No shadow. He will ready with fast hitch. He will defend again. And this one has a shadow +1, +3 if it's Gollum. We hates them is the treachery. I'm glad I haven't revealed that yet. And then Grey Wanderer is going to ready Sam. Sam by himself can kill either of these 2 enemies because he got boosted twice because we engaged 1 enemy in the quest phase and 1 enemy in the engagement phase. Sam will kill the Candlebearer because it takes a little more to kill that guy. And then Frodo is ready. And Frodo is currently attacking for 4, but I had to put his ring on earlier, so he's got +2, so he's actually attacking for 4. That's still not enough to kill this guy, but I have Unseen Strike in my hand, which is going to give Frodo +3 attack, and that is going to be enough. So we were able to kill both of these ghosts, and we have no enemies engaged with us. We have no threat in the staging area. We have a 5 progress location and 24 progress to go. This is going to take a couple rounds, but we should be able to power our way through. All right, so next round, I know what I'm drawing because Galadriel helped me set up my deck. It's going to be Heed the Dream. I forgot to take the token off the Grey Wanderer again. So Heed the Dream, I'm going to spend a resource and look at my top 5 for a card that I want. And I just need willpower at this point. Okay, there's some willpower and another Hidden Way. And also the Shire Folk. Oh boy, I actually have some good choices here. I don't really know what's in this encounter deck. I can't remember what treacheries I have and haven't seen. So let's just take the Hidden Way, and then I'm going to play it. So the Hidden Way, since I have a location, it's going to swap the location with one in my top 5 of the encounter deck, and then I don't have to reveal a card. So I know the only threat that's going to be in the staging area is the 4th threat from what is currently the active location. I think that's the best plan. Then I can kind of guarantee I'm not going to reveal something crazy. All right, so top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Just give me any location. I don't care which one it is. Oh yeah, see that treachery is terrible. That's like double attack. I mean, it's not as bad now because I'm all set up, but it's terrible early game. Okay, so we're gonna add a Soft Mires as the active location, which is only 4 progress. And then we have 4 threat in staging. And we know we're going to have to exhaust Smeagel to travel there. But actually, the Mire effect on this location isn't bad. And it's 5 progress to get through. I'm just going to send Smeagel on the quest. And we're going to quest for enough to clear the active and place 10 progress on the quest. And I think I'm just going to let this one get mired away. We're going to place the resource token on it in the end of the round. And then I need to find an undead enemy and add it to the staging area. I think that's a better swap because I can put an undead enemy that is only 2 threat in the staging area instead of a 5 progress location to quest through. Makes it a little easier to quest. So let's just do that. And the undead enemy is going to be this groping hand thing. And now we'll go into what should be the final round of the game. All right. Everybody's ready. Resources gained. Threat increased. And the card I draw is a Daron's Runes. All right, let's play it. Draw 2 cards. I have to discard a card. I get the Shirefolk and Deep Knowledge. I'm just trying to ramp up my willpower. So I will discard this Dagger of Westernaise. And then let's play Deep Knowledge. I'll raise my threat by 2. And let's see what I get. Come on, willpower. Give me anything that's willpower. There we go. A song, and we are not idle. Okay, we are not idle. I'll exhaust 0 dwarves and draw 1 card. And I get the Searching Eye. All right. I will exhaust both of my hobbits and then ready them with Fast Hitch. So that wasn't that painful. And then that stays in my hand. Let's play this song. I could play it on Frodo or Sam because they both have a fireside song. Let's just put it on Sam. He carries everything. So Sam is now questing for 11. All right, let's go right into the quest phase. I might have forgot to pay for that, but I was thinking this is the last round, so I was just kind of going through the motions. So if I send Frodo, Smeagel, and Sam, we are sending a total of 17 against 2. Come on. And we get, Lust for the Ring, so I have to attach this to Sam. And if I exhaust the ring, Sam's willpower goes down to 0. And I have to raise my threat by 1. This is the card I revealed on turn 1 in one of my games, and it just shut down the ring completely. Okay, we added a Soft Myers, so that is going to be 4 threat. We quested for 17. That means we make 13. And if I could exhaust the ring, I'd win. But I can't, because that would make Sam's willpower go down to 0. So we got to go another round, which I was not anticipating, because I just assumed we were going to win here. And so, yeah, we're at 23 out of 24. And now we need to engage this groping hand thing, because even if I play the Shirefolk, my threat is high enough. All right, well, we also are going to travel to the Soft Myers, so its Mire effect doesn't go off. And yeah, we're getting attacked, and I don't get the defense bonus from the Hobbit Cloak, but I'm still defending for 3. I mean, it is risky. And then there is a shadow if it destroys a character. Okay, it did not. And then I can ready with the Grey Wanderer because my Fast Hitches got used up thanks to that other burden we revealed this round, the Searching Eye. And then, let's see, the daggers do not get +1, so they're only attacking for 1 each. Sam isn't boosted from engaging this thing, so I can only attack for 4. Frodo can't ready, so we don't even kill this groping hand. So you know what that means? That means we can't place progress. You can't place progress if you're if you're engaged with an undead enemy. And the only reason I'm engaged with an undead enemy is because we revealed the burden Lust for the Ring. Wow. Okay. So that burden we got way back in the Ring Goes South really messed me up here. Song of Hope, that would have done it. If I would have had the Song of Hope in play, spend a resource for +1 willpower, that would have done it. And, Sam would have just been +1 willpower anyway. All right, there's me saying, well, this sucks. I'm still stuck in the swamp. So we can put progress on the active location, but we can't place progress on the quest. How stupid. All right, we're up against nothing. We get another one of these haunted mirrors. How many of these are there? So that's 4. Sam quested for 12. We clear the active. We can travel if we want. So yeah, why not? So let's travel. And then Sam will defend once again. It's 3 against 3, and the shadow is it makes an additional attack. Jeez. All right, let's ready with this Fast Hitch. I'm going to defend one more time. No shadow there. Okay, 3 against 3, so we're all right. And in a nice callback to the Barrow Downs, Frodo can kill this groping arm, so that's pretty cool. Now we have no enemies engaged with us. We have 1 progress to make, 5 progress to get through. I mean, yeah, pretty thematic. I feel like I've been wandering around in the swamp forever. Speak your promise. All right, there's a thematic card for you. Not very useful at the moment because it's a combat card. So let's send Frodo and Sam. We're going to quest for 16 against nothing. We get a 1 threat Surging Quagmire, and then we get a 3 threat Evil Smelling Fen. 4 against 16. We finally get out of this stupid swamp. My God. Okay, that was painful. That was really, really painful. All right, Campaign resolution. We either have to take a permanent +2 starting threat penalty, or we earn a copy of the Searching Eye. Obviously, both bad. I think we'll take the Searching Eye, because you can also just reveal an encounter card when you draw it. You don't have to exhaust everybody. But if you do exhaust everybody, my boon, Leaf Drap Lembas, kind of counters that and lets me ready everybody. Okay, we did it. I hope you enjoyed that one. Up next is Journey to the Crossroads, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't have a clue at this moment how I'm going to beat this thing thematically. The Athelian Rangers in Lord of the Rings, the card game, are not well suited to take on that quest. Traps against that quest are just not a good idea. All right, but anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.